Shion. Shion! It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Volron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time.
Huh?
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Shion. But tell me how is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissalma was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Shion, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, It will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first, but ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renis Alma on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
but that's... too much. It's way too much. When this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Xion!
Elfin?
Living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Elfin.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. Fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Xion, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys...
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Xion is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which, I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Xion. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys... you're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone. For right now, in a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. on to Lenegis.
The end of the...
I believe...
As a friend, still,
No,
we have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands.
So where do...
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all.
Yeah, I remember. It was...
Right. Let's return to when we...
So you think those thorns might be alive, but why would they want...
As for that, I really cannot say for certain.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a especially...
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we see. As for what the...
Right.
How you holding up?
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Oh, that? That was...
Compared to what Shion... Still.
Yeah.
Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know?
Yeah, very...
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that she really needed that. That's what I mean when...
I just want for Shion what we... Those thorns have...
You can say that again. I have my own...
Agreed. It's like... Can't sleep?
After everything
Fair enough.
Shion's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and I thought I just figured that, but it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like
I know.
she was so alone this entire time.
I'm sure it made her...
You...
Yeah, I do. You were a good friend to her before. And
Yeah, when you think about it. But over time... No, I think it'd be...
Rinwell.
Did you...
You mean about...
Yeah, it's like...
You and me?
You?
That's what
At least...
I don't think...
Yeah.
I know.
Hey,
Zephyr,
I guess he could...
Law.
Sorry. We'll need all... I'll probably end...
Yeah, I think... Hey.
I seem as much as I try to look like I have things under control.
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you remember the first...
No?
That's okay. It came so naturally to you. I was different back then. The Dahnans were not even people to me. But in that room with Deadheim, when you called me your friend, it just shattered because until that moment, I'd only seen you as I thought of you as a way to use the blazing sword. And to... But after that day, one time became two. And before I knew it, you'd made... It didn't matter that we were Renans. You cared about us as you would... Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too. To think of me, I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die and...
Shion.
But then, I realized... I'd only really been thinking of myself. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on... I've met too many people along the way who I truly... So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my... I don't know how we're going to do it. But I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shion. But I swear I'll be there with you.
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia? There's no...
Yeah.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegis.
Well, it's the moment of...
This lady better hold together once we're...
Law, don't say that.
Speaking of which, Alphen,
A name? You know,
well, after all the trouble we went through to find her, we should give her...
Fall Nights.
Huh?
It means owl in the ancient tongue. Literally,
I like it.
Not sure I'm completely convinced.
okay, people. We have two goals. First, we need to get to Lenegis and make the Renin, and then we need to figure out the truth behind Shion's thorns and find a way. All right?
You know, I can still
believe what?
I mean, just look at it. The whole of...
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. It does look more like
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so...
nothing like realizing how small you are. To put it kind of makes the differences between the Renins and the Danins feel...
How much longer until we reach...
There are better ways to use your time than we should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facility.
Good idea. The starship may end up serving as our base of operations. Think you'll be all right with the control?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot? I dare say...
In that case, she's all yours.
Everything okay, Shion?
We'll be go-
This must feel like... What?
Let's just... They called it...
You mean, they...
That's right. All I was to them was a riddle to solve. They poked and prodded me. Day in and day out. Every single day. The look some existence, huh? A blight on any I touched. I thought things couldn't get any worse. But then they did. I started to have nightmares. Is it any worse? Sure, I survived. And that's when it hit me. If I was going to die...
I'm sorry. You say it's your destiny to die so that others can live. But why not? That's exactly my... Why should you have to give up your life just because you drew the short straw? It's that logic that's used to justify slavery. As if some of us were just meant to be sacrificed. This struggle, if we're doing it...
A world free of sacrifice.
Not just me. We're in this together, remember? This fight, if we're going to win, How I see it,
A victor?
you bet we...
Yeah. We can do that.
Is something...
No. I was merely...
You mean since you...
I am as prone to sentimentality as any... You too have a history with Lenegis. A traumatic one, no less. Doesn't that frighten...
Well, it is a place where I took the lives of countless people, but I can't...
I see.
Dohalim?
Forgive me. I was wrong to pry. Come back and speak to me when...
Hey, Alpha...
Hey,
What's got...
Only that he's afraid of flying.
hey! I just think...
It's a starship.
Well, maybe you're the...
Guys. I'm no...
Hard to argue.
You okay?
Actually, now
Glad to... That device there,
I was...
it's a healing pod. It fixed...
Oh, you don't say. Alphen?
No, I was just thinking back to when I escaped Lenegis, that's all. Naori laid me in...
So, you're saying you got in this thing straight after escaping? But
Yes, it sounds crazy, I know.
that's definitely quite some lie-in, all right. But
What do you...
with the amount of fighting we've done, we would have never made it this... Alphen, can you recall back to what it is that I said to you?
Of course.
Even in that, I'll always remember him fond. The world's big. If I've learned, and the one,
Well, we're not...
I know.
Kisara.
Probably getting a little ahead of myself, huh?
Is everyone...
Before we do that,
Kisara has a point.
I'd like to...
Very well. First and foremost, Lenegis was. Of course, it also happens to be a city in its own. Its social structure is based on a strict hierarchy. Put simply, the strength...
Enough to determine someone's social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate, right?
They can be honed with the right training, and there are admittedly other factors at play. But yes, as a result, family lines that churn out lords and their contenders wield disproportionate influence.
Those capable of only weak astral arts are effectively an underclass, denied the right. Still, even the lowest rung on the Renin ladder is considered superior to being a Dahnan.
Thanks for the warning. As a lord, Dohalim must have been pretty...
Come on, you've seen her skill with astral arts. You really...
fair.
On arts alone, you're right. I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my thorns. They weren't exactly an invitation to high...
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's refreshing to be around someone who says what they're thinking.
Jeez.
Wait a sec.
I am...
Of course, separating people as if such simplistic...
So this...
I would wager some. Chances are she's also connected to the Renis Alma.
If the Renis Alma is being used to exploit Dana, we need to take it back.
That red...
We're about to land. The descent could be a little bumpy.
If there...
Lenegis's infrastructure is largely automated. Besides,
Do you think anyone realizes that?
we may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed.
I really...
So now what? And if we're lucky, the Renis Alma, too.
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the sovereigns, known as the Forbidden? I don't know, hence my desire to find out. Fortunately, we just so happen to have a sovereign. In any case, changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegis would have...
And you think that source might have been the Renis...
Precisely. Alphen said that he remembered the Renis Alma being... Whatever the ceremony... Then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, hiding something of that worth.
It stands to reason we...
Indeed.
But it's been...
There's only one...
Shion's right.
All right. Beyond that wall lies a city full of Renins. Capital city where Shion and Dohalim used to live, no less. Who knows what we'll find on the other side.
What in the world?
This being Renin territory, I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
When Lenegis changed shape, it must have had an effect on the interior, too.
Maybe when they sent the wedge down to Dana?
But they wouldn't move around the places where people live. These are their homes, right?
I would think the citizens themselves didn't have much say in the matter. Either way, locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier.
Dohalim? Is that you?
Avakir, I'm glad to see you're well.
So it is you! But why are you here? Shouldn't you be down on Dana participating in the crown contest? And these people!
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana, then?
Heard what?
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Hey, Dohalim, don't tell me you've started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening, but so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden Zone. Do you have any idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone? What business could you possibly have there?
Trust me. The less you know, the better.
You're just the same as ever. I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home. Let alone the Forbidden Zone.
Very well. It looks like we'll have to find the way there ourselves.
Have you seen Faria yet?
No.
I see. Well, nothing much has changed with her. If anything, she's probably even more...
I can well imagine.
Why did you come back? You know it can only result in pain for you both.
I've no doubt of that.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand. Just don't say I didn't warn you. And take care of yourself. Okay, Do?
So who's Faria?
Law?
If what Avakir said is true, it would seem the people of Lenegis are being kept in the dark about what's happening down...
They seem to be just...
We need more...
While we're at it,
And don't forget about...
Let's leave the top...
Good idea.
I shall assist.
You sure?
Being a lord on Lenegis had...
Right. Then we'll... The Danans among us should probably keep our heads down.
What if people freak out?
I shall explain it away by saying I'm leading you.
what are we, dogs?
I wonder just how many people have been saved by Shion in some form.
Your lordship, I descended to Dana during the last crown contest also. Alas, when the contender I was backing failed to clinch, I witnessed the deaths of so many slaves.
Indeed.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're looking for a woman dressed all in red.
All red, eh? No,
Yeah,
What's with all these questions?
never mind. Is everything okay?
Oh,
I was hoping...
I suppose the Sob... I daren't stay here. I was hoping...
You mean you know it?
Lord Doho...
Yes.
But of course. I thought maybe...
It's worth I shall go and...
You'd really do that for...
Our lot in...
Oh, what...
Oh, whatever did...
You really...
that we have no... But do my eyes deceive me? Could I really be standing in the presence of his... I believe...
Your eyes do not
As your lord, the ill...
Your good wishes do me an honor.
Well, we've canvassed the city for information. What do you think?
No one has the faintest idea what's happened to the city after all. They haven't heard the news about the crown contest either.
You'd think that info would easily find its way up here. Has it always been like that?
Not to this extent. Which would indicate that something's suppressing the truth. That Lenegis is under some kind of control.
Given everything that's happened to their city, the people here seem weirdly...
Yeah. That one guy even said Zoogle had stopped listening to him. If that's true, these people are in big trouble.
Everything that happens, nothing happens devoid of a reason. To them, it's all part of
the Sovereign's plan. There is one thing I'm still not sure about. Just who is this?
The Sovereign, of course. He rules from
Without the lords or anyone in the middle doing his dirty work? Isn't Rena at least the same? That's a pretty big dominion for one person.
The points you make are valid, though I confess I'd never given it much thought before. Here, the Sovereign's total authority is as natural as night turning to day. Come to think of it, I know nothing of the nature of how Rena itself is.
No, I haven't.
Neither have I.
Hold up, what are you...
Assuming what I believe to be correct, it's possible that no one on Lenegis has ever laid eyes on the actual Renan homeworld.
But what about trade?
Not if the Sovereign is imposing his will on Lenegis single...
But I thought you said that the Sovereign's all the way over on Rena. What if something were to happen to the city?
I'm beginning to... But Sovereign...
Whoever wins the crown contest thereafter, that individual is known as the Sovereign. Though, as for how Volron factors into all this...
3 centuries ago, I became the Sovereign here on Lenegis. No, not just became, I was 300 years later, we crossed paths with Volron, who also bears the Sovereign's... That's not the only thing we have in common. We both became Sovereign without winning the crown contest.
Do you think Volron was made Sovereign for the same reason?
I can't say for sure.
But that would mean that 2 Sovereigns would need to exist at any one time. One whose job it is to rule. We never did see Volron's body back in Ganeth. Is a new ceremony underway with Volron at its center this time?
Wait a second. You don't think the ceremony can't go forward without the Renis Alma?
There's something else.
Questions.
If the forbidden...
Then it's decided.
One of the citizens mentioned a path. Let's go find it!
Nobody, I mean...
But only...
Even if...
I would also... Now that I...
Well, yeah, to us...
I know.
It feels...
Yeah.
If you're that every end, luckily.
Yeah!
Balsef had it in him to care about someone other than himself? Really?
It's possible. A change in position can do much to alter one's
I guess she intended to spread it throughout all of Lenegis then.
Good thing the lines were down so she couldn't.
It almost sounded like she was praising them too.
Maybe there was more to the guy than at first glance.
I shall refrain from commenting.
What?
Ganabelt was so horrible to people. Yet he was invested in helping Rena succeed. Doesn't that seem just a little inconsistent?
I'm perhaps biased in this matter, I admit. However, in my mind, while all lords vie to become the next sovereign, they're also meant to serve as guardians of all of Rena.
It seems like Ganeveld also had people he cared about until the very end.
So why couldn't he extend that to us Danans?
This area doesn't look as badly damaged as that other district route.
Pardon me.
I guess her willingness to stoop to any low came from a survival of the fittest worldview.
And some people here not only shared her belief, but championed it as morally right, too.
That doesn't make it true. Too bad they couldn't see through her.
Yeah.
It seems like the people on Lenegis don't really know much about Volron either.
I remember being quite surprised when the Lord of Ganeth Haros changed so abruptly.
Didn't you have any doubts that something suspicious was going on?
On the contrary. Remember, we Renans are raised to accept everything at face value.
When you think of
Yeah.
They must...
Renans live in a world, but their loyalty to their people is also...
That's what makes them...
Right.
guess that makes you an even...
So, Alphen.
Yeah. I think it's maybe Falstaff and the others. They all had their own circumstances to deal with as they went through.
Yeah, but still.
I know. What they did was horrible, but at this... So I guess...
You're saying that they weren't bad because they were Renans, or because they were terrible monsters, even if they did terrible things?
Rinwell.
Am I wrong?
Not at all.
Being a Danan doesn't make you a good person. And I think that's something we've all...
Shion and Do...
And I'm going to keep doing my best to make sure I earn that.
There's something...
What is it?
The crown contest itself is always in which...
Yeah, that...
So...
Han freaked Milgroth.
So then...
The last I heard...
You're saying that...
I guess so.
Now that you mention...
And that never...
A new Ren... In other words...
True, but...
You and me both.
With any luck...
No use stand...
Doe?
Faria.
Varia? Isn't I was...
But why are you here? Wait. Don't tell me you've given up on the... Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your... Kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that debt. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so...
Dohalim! What the hell are you...
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, my sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do what...
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. You're just a coward!
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said...
Each of us have our pasts.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life.
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill...
Dohalim!
Forgive me.
Yeah.
You think? Man?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, Avakir, Faria.
Tarnigan.
He was once my dearest, closest friend. Despite Faria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses entranced by her playing. I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social...
A friendship based on mutual respect.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as...
I would have. Once. Now, I think the idea... Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid...
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart, and even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnigan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelon. But fate was not...
What happened?
Tarnigan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing, but he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait. Don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less, she would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. And as for what happened...
But...
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my...
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize...
Sometimes just knowing...
I hope you're right. Alphen.
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe. I still wanted to say thank you.
Hey, look! We've got way more animals!
I never imagined.
Hell yeah! There's no way you can complain.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Damn it! Lenegis soldiers!
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight.
Ho! I am Lord Dohalim of Elden Menentia. I command you.
Threat to the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they got one.
Not in your dreams!
The enemy wields arms too.
We'll soon see about that! Here's evil!
In a bind?
Raging cascade!
It's almost too strong.
Split it up!
Be my guest.
Mega
Smash you!
My deal?
This one's mine!
I'm ready. Chill.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. Eat this. Wide open.
It won't escape me.
Do it! Stand to the wind! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Here's a healing art!
Here I come. Swallow blade. Fairy circle. Coyote.
That's my will! Tornado field!
I'm ready. Chill.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Resonate with the earth.
Swallow blade.
Ready to go!
Escape blood.
Confiscating!
Ready here!
Those soldiers...
Yeah.
They weren't...
Indeed. And yet,
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met.
I've never seen anything like that.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here. And the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Vol...
Hey, look at that enemy! It's shining!
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Take this! No further!
Burn it!
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Chinese supernova!
Elusive deity!
Dance in the
Here I
wind!
come!
In here! Not until
You're finished!
Raging Luna Storm! See what I can do!
Far enough!
Raging Luna Storm!
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
This one's mine! Illuminate the top!
You're mine!
Only light now! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Everlasting
Now! You're mine!
Searing
The
flame!
flame inside is yours to be let free!
Iron wall! Raging cascade!
Swallow blade! I'm ready! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I know fine weapon material when I see it. careless.
You're mine!
Don't tell me!
I need to pull myself together.
Try harder!
Take down their defenses!
Bring them down! You're mine! Throw it! Swallow blade!
It's too much! Can't move!
Confiscated.
Rotating pile driver!
Vanquish
From
darkness.
beyond, imbued. From beyond, imbued. From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with armor won't save you! Resuscitation!
Healing circle. Far enough.
You're not done yet! Being interrupted.
I never miss.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and bubbling to me.
Swallow blade!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! I'll heal you all!
Swallow blade! Release!
Does it hurt?
Swallow blade!
Divine strength!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop. I won't get out.
Couldn't make it in time.
Feel!
Beyond can't get out of this!
I'll be laser blade!
All in order.
Take this!
Lightning orb!
Astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Here goes! Healing not on my watch!
Swallow blade!
Nothing gets by me.
Fire support! Raging cascade!
Swallow blade!
I can carve through armor!
Swallow blade!
Far enough.
Support!
I never miss! Raging cascade!
Not today!
Annihilation! Firmament render! Lightning!
Swallow blade!
Take this!
Healing circle!
I owe you one. Try harder!
Ready and rail!
Raging! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
Here, nothing gets by me.
First aid!
Now you see what I can do!
My
I
shield!
can't kill you forever!
I'm ready!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Radiant clear!
Swallow blade!
Instant!
Swallow blade!
Raging cat confiscated!
Swallow blade! You're mine! Okay.
Primed and ready! Air
Swallow
thrust!
blade!
This one's mine! Here's illuminate the top! Holy land!
Eagle rage! Burn in hell!
Radiant here!
Swallow blade!
Dance in the wind! Out of the way! Air thrust! Goes
You're
high!
mine!
Dance in the wind!
I'm not done!
Air thrust! Astral energy!
Carve through armor! Swallow blade!
Illuminate the dark! Touch boy! Holy glitter! Searing flame! Reload!
Elusive deity! Behold! The Earth pulse! Tectonic vision!
Cyan in! I'm ready!
Engulf you!
That'll bring you down!
Swallow blade!
What?
Raging
On
storm!
your knees!
Gemini Aqua!
Swallow
Vanquish
blade!
darkness!
Air pressure! Resonate with the Earth! Stalagmite!
Divine
blade!
strength! A freezing storm!
Is this some punishment?
Ready to go! Reload! Come forth there! Holy glitter! Holy land! Flame! Reload!
Swallow blade!
Not in your dreams!
No rest for the wicked.
I don't even know the word defeat.
Denied!
Glacial
Raging
fear.
cat!
Out of
Here's
the
the
woods,
evil!
it seems.
Swallow blade!
Freeze!
Stalagmite!
Here I come!
This one!
Not today!
Light astral energy! More with that
Swallow
strong!
blade!
Ready to go!
Now you see what I can
Into
do!
the shadows! Raging storm! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! You're mine! Let them all come!
Let that guy stay.
Leave now!
Swallow blade!
This isn't ideal.
Punishment?
Stay away from my friend!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Well, am I improving?
Tremendously. The speed and precision of your aim is simply unmatched.
I had no idea you were watching me so closely.
Bad feeling about this.
You got dirt!
Glacial Spear!
I won't show you any mercy!
Being interrupted. Out of the woods.
Rotating pile drive! Shattering pieces! Attack time! Burn! Soaring blast! Swallow blade!
Back into the field! Not in your dream!
Take this! Swallow blade! Take this! Elusive DNA! No escape! Rotating pile drive! I'm ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclops!
Dance in the wind! In here!
Slash! And more of this and I'll burn out!
Mega Ray!
That'll bring you down!
You're mine! It's over!
Now! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
How much longer will our healing arts last?
Hey, what do you say we fight that shiny man?
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Is someone making them stand guard over the Forbidden Zone?
This one's tough, but we have no choice!
Let me know if you need healing.
Swallow blade!
I've used too much.
I think I'll pass on the handshake. None shall attack. I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar!
Raging Luna Storm! This one's all mine! Burn!
Glacial Spear!
Pierce evil!
Take this!
Freeze Lancer!
Swallow blade! I'll smash you! Begin!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Swallow blade! They smite with blackened blade!
That'll bring you down!
I can do this all day! Here's a healing charge! Thanks, Kisara! First aid!
In your death.
Take this!
Here goes!
It's over!
Not in your dream!
Eagle ray! Ignite!
Here, lightning condemned!
Swallow blade!
Thunder blade! Illuminate the dark!
Swallow blade!
Holy glimmer!
Come on! I'm not done!
Annihilation!
Swallow blade! The abyssal beast here for us to pass!
One more! Razor Cyclone!
Swallow
Pierce
blade!
evil!
Take this!
Freeze Lancer! Raging Cascade! Sleep now!
Rising Wyvern!
Anything Norma is all mine!
Raging Storm! More with that Pierce evil!
Warmer!
Time to let it
Incantation
rip!
ruin.
Swallow blade!
Freeze Lancer! Carve now through arms!
Rage.
Don't give up! Daring Blade! Reload!
Can't get out of this!
Firmament Radiance Pierce!
Escape my justice!
Behold! The Earth broke! Tectonic fission!
There!
Begin! Take this!
Freezing
I can't take much more.
Take this!
Illuminate the top! Tornado!
You're finished!
This is some punishment.
Here's evil!
Here I
This
come!
one's mine! Raging Cascade! That'll bring you down!
Burn!
Fred! Dance in the wind! Sleep now!
Take this!
No rest for
I'll
the
be
wicked.
waiting this way!
You're finished!
A whirling struggle! Magic and
Stalagmite!
I'm not sure how we get out of this one.
You mean this might be the end?
No, never! Stay strong!
It's go time!
Here's evil!
Save you!
Ready to go! Illuminate the can't be happening!
Stay away from my friend! I'm not done! Swallow blade! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Here! More? I can't leave! Raging storm! Ready?
This is some punishment.
Radiant, I'm ready!
There!
This one's mine! One more! I'll bring you back from death to this! Arch sealed!
Slash!
Not
Swallow
on my
blade!
watch! Resuscitation! Vanquish! I'll heal you all!
No rest for the wicked.
Healing circle! Condemned! I'm all stopped up!
Being interrupted.
Holy Land! Mega Ray!
Swallow blade! Heal!
By the power of water!
Take this!
Firmament Render!
Radiant
Portal!
Searing flame! Save you!
Swallow blade! This one's all
We've
mine!
taken too much damage!
Slash!
Will this help?
Eat this!
Bloody hell!
Swallow blade!
Freezing storm! Raging Cascade!
Sorry, Trouble.
Where are you? You do the same for me.
You're mine!
Mega
No
Ray!
further!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Radiant here!
This should do it! Swallow blade!
More where that came from! Annihilate!
No! Can't end it!
I couldn't make it in time.
Air pressure!
I can't leave! Everyone! Get back! It's too dangerous! Sighted! I'm only getting started! Searing flame! Reload! Here you try!
Swallow blade!
Leave the... Target to me! Air thrust!
Offload thy music mercy!
Let us raging cascade! Annihilate! Close one! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Swallow
Let
blade!
us raging cascade! Here's mine! You'll never miss!
This one's all mine!
Swallow blade! Illuminate the dark! Holy Land of the Shadows!
I'm ready! Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
This won't be easy. Don't be such a pessimist.
Can't get out of
Here's
jail!
a healing art. Illuminated slash.
Leave the agile ones to me.
Fire limb.
No escape! Swallow blade! Slash! Swallow blade!
Resonate with the earth!
Lightning orb.
Thrust!
Lightning conduct.
Swallow blade!
Anything in armor is all mine! Armor won't save you! Far enough!
Gemini Aqua.
Aqua, take this!
Swallow blade!
Mega ray.
Slash!
Here goes.
Swallow blade!
Raging cascade.
Swallow blade!
Now
Slash! Swallow blade!
more for the
You're mine!
Illuminate the dark. Together. Come forth. Holy
You're mine!
That'll bring you down.
Slash!
Too much to handle.
All mine! You picked the wrong fight!
Raging Diana instant. I'm all
You're
set up.
mine!
Do it.
Instantaneity!
Astral energy.
Say no more!
Reflect
turn.
thy sin!
I'm not done!
With blackened blade!
Swallow blade!
Diana instant.
I can do without this pain! Try
Raging
harder!
cascade.
Swallow blade! Here I come!
Air thrust. Mega ray. Light
Swallow
astral
blade!
energy.
In an instant! Impact block!
I need to be stronger.
Dispose of the trash. Illuminate the dark.
Flame inside me, yearns to be let free! Now or never! Here I come! I'm going in!
Nothing gets by me!
It's over!
I'll heal you all.
Swallow blade! Death in the wind!
Lightning conduct.
On your
Healing
You're mine! Swallow blade! You're mine! And try harder! Swallow blade! Slash! It's on! Burn!
Raging Luna Storm!
Swallow blade!
Lightning orb. Now. Astral energy.
Say no more! Not a chance! I'm not done! Slash! Here I am!
Now. Annihilation. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished! Slash!
Can you take it? Dance on the wind!
Don't get complacent.
I've got a really bad feeling about this. I never
see one! Swallow blade!
Into the shadow. Dark steel. Raging cascade.
They really don't give up, do they?
Mega ray. May 1,000 gales carry you to shreds. Here's
I
a healing
have no
art.
limits! This one's all mine!
Lucky nail.
Ignite!
Ready and raring! Take this!
Slash!
Graviton field.
You're mine! I'm not done!
I'll smash you! Another incantation ruined!
Swallow blade! Try harder!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
It's on! Swallow blade!
I'm grateful.
Crush! Burn in hell! Swallow blade!
I'll never miss.
We're not ready! Don't leave! In an instant! Impact block!
Here's evil. Do it.
yourself finished!
I can handle it!
Lightning!
Dance on the wind! Time to let it rip!
I'll heal you all!
Now you see what I can
Arch
do!
Shield!
Denied!
Healing Circle!
It's
Holy
time.
Land!
Pull myself together.
Do it!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
My exploits are bearing fruit. This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Dahnan. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dahna. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision.
That person Alphen was speaking to.
It was Naori.
She really does look like Shion.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly?
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago.
You mean all of that really happened?
But how is that even possible?
No.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a...
I felt it too. And not for the first time either.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of for all we know.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that...
We have no way of knowing.
Shion.
Yeah. So that...
Yeah, there certainly is.
What about you?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more reliving painful episodes.
I can't just pretend. Besides...
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Ren. I'd like to...
Whether you're on... Not that I'm...
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Faria?
Wait.
What's wrong with her?
Yeah, you're right.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous! She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later.
What? I've never known Faria control Zeugles like that before.
How about with the stone that looks suspiciously like a master sword?
What the... Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Zeugles, then we get some answers.
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
Here I come! I'm not done!
Allow me to help you.
Finish!
I never miss!
Swallow blade! Swallow blade!
I'll stop its charge! Thanks, Kitara!
Take it.
Elusive
deity! Can you take it?
You're finished!
Elusive deity!
No escape!
Lightning
water! Raging storm!
Swallow blade!
Elusive deity!
Here's a healer!
Resonate with the earth!
This one's mine!
Raging
storm!
Ignite!
On your
Give me 1,000 gales! Carry your train!
I'm not done!
armor won't save you!
Gusty violence!
Swallow blade!
Damn it! I'm all stocked up!
Here I come! Swallow blade!
Prepare to be sealed!
Take this!
Can't get out of this!
No escape! Swallow blade!
Raging Luna Storm! Dance on the wind!
Ignite!
Reflect on that! They might!
Swallow blade! Swallow blade! You're mine!
I never miss!
No escape!
Blah, 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 magic!
Swallow blade!
Execution!
Holy
It's
land!
over.
Freezing storm!
Swallow blade!
I'll throw you in the
Illuminate the
mystic
storm!
mercy.
None shall escape my judgment! Holy land!
Time to let it rip! Swallow blade! Take this!
Seismic shatter!
It's weakened!
This ends now! Swallow blade!
Rending you apart! Bloody howling!
Swallow blade! Swallow blade!
Dance in the wind! I never miss!
Crush! I owe you one! Ignite!
Elusive deity!
Swallow blade!
Prepare to be sealed! In a bind?
Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Hear me! Flame of fury!
Elusive deity!
Strike!
gonna attack!
Right, watch out! Cyan, back into the front!
Benediction
Hear me!
light.
Swallow blade! Burning strike! Just what I needed! Hear me! Swallow blade!
You pay for that!
This one's mine!
Imbue this
Where
lake
are
with
you
soul
going?
and love.
Still got some fight left in me.
Swallow blade!
Nothing gets mercy.
This one's all mine!
Here's evil! Champion Claw!
I'm not done!
Hit!
Free from her.
Freeze Laser! Take that! Here! Firmament Render! I'll heal you all!
Raging Luna Blade.
Raging Cascade!
Resonate
Here's evil!
I owe you one!
I'll be saving you!
Can't get out of this.
Swallow blade! Slash! Swallow blade!
I need something.
You need to be healed.
Now the mighty have fallen. I'm sorry.
Swallow blade!
Annihilation!
Swallow blade!
Raging
Slash!
Cascade!
Swallow
This
blade!
one's mine! Here
Take it!
goes! That's my watch! Annihilation!
Try harder!
Allow me to
Swallow
help.
blade!
Get away! Searing flame! In here! Reload!
You're mine!
I'll be saving this
Everlasting
one!
darkness.
It's over!
Radiant blood!
Swallow blade! Slash!
Now for the ammo!
Anything in armor is all mine.
I'll smash you!
Annihilation!
You're mine!
Being interrupted. Everlasting darkness. Negative
Lunar
flame
blast.
inside me yearns to be let free. Resonate with the
Spear
earth.
force!
You're mine!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Living glimmer!
Swallow blade! Slash!
I'm almost in the way!
My praise coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away.
Slash!
Big
Swallow
one!
blade! Slash! Swallow blade!
Mind you with a gun.
Reload! Line!
Slash! Here I
And more of this and I'll burn out.
Can you take it? Finish!
It's about to strike!
In a
Look
bind.
sharp, everyone!
This one's mine! Unviolent darting wind!
Try harder!
This one's mine! Ghost raging cascade!
Not
You'll
today!
find no mercy.
In here! More for the stockpile!
Swallow blade! Heal!
Raging sword! Here!
Everlasting darkness.
Swallow blade!
Negative date. I can carve through armor. Scream.
Swallow blade!
Rendering you
Annihilation! Let only land! I'll heal you all!
bathed in blood.
Swallow blade! Here I come! It's wide open!
It won't escape me.
Sleep now! Radiant pierce!
I'm not done! Swallow
Where are
blade!
you going?
Slash!
Lightning
Swallow
horn!
blade!
More relentless!
Swallow blade!
Glacial spear! Here's the evil!
Swallow blade!
I'll grind you into
Dance
dust.
in the wind! Now!
Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Now it's just her! Varia! Can you hear me? Varia!
She's preparing another summoning! The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more. Dohalim!
Forgive me.
Man, I thought we were good.
Everything okay?
Yes.
She's not her. I meant
Shion, please.
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back.
We're not even...
In that case,
I'll take her off.
you.
Avakir, what are you...
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really...
And you believed me?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. I'll take Faria. Leave her... I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is...
Thank you.
He seems like...
He hasn't changed. As for
You don't serious...
somebody got in the same go...
You're wrong. As for... But that...
Indeed.
You can't atone. I know it hurts. Forgiveness?
So I just...
No, the opposite. Not for those...
For those...
Kisara.
That's what punishing.
Only fixing.
That's right.
Don't forget.
Shion.
Huh?
Thank you.
Glad to be of...
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful.
Oh, shucks. We're on the same team, right? Let's move on. What is it, Rinwell?
Yeah, it's that voice.
The will of Danis.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink.
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable...
An empty void. A nothing.
The visions of the...
So...
That's right.
That power flowing...
Maybe my...
If that is the case, no.
I've never felt...
If it's the same energy your thorns are...
Correct.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, if so...
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down.
But the will of Dana... I don't know, should we...
Dana's will wouldn't...
But you can't say that!
Cut it out, you two.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as anyone.
Shion's right, and I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
I'm sorry about what...
Finally, we begin to understand what the thorns are.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to get rid of them. I just hope we can find a way. Soon, we might very well learn I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens.
I just need a little time first. Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind shit. I have to be ready to face anything. I just need a little time.
We've reached our destination.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?